I'm Lisa from the Tess Group, Commercial Director here, and I'm going to be asking some questions to our digital apprentices. Hopefully you find the information useful and take something out of it. So the first question is, what have you enjoyed the most about being on an apprenticeship so far?
I think just like having the opportunity to learn so many new things. Like I've done so much that I had no idea how to do before. And we've had so many sort of training opportunities, like especially with me for the website with Jules and stuff, and I've just learned so much in such a short space of time. I think that's been the best thing so far.
Brilliant. Riley?
Yeah, I completely agree with Millie. Obviously I deal with the social media marketing side of things, so learning lots of different things like the analytics, how to increase SEO, how to create content. I've had lots of opportunity to increase my knowledge in them areas.
Brilliant. What has been the most difficult challenge you've faced so far, and how did you overcome it? We'll go to Millie again.
For me, it's quite specific, but fixing the broken links on the website, that was quite hard because some of them just weren't working. So I had to, do a lot of research and find out the best way to fix them so everything was running smoothly on the website. I think that was the hardest so far.
But one of the probably the hardest things I had to deal with is having to juggle doing lots of things in a short amount of time. So obviously with the revisions of certain posts and flyers that I have to create, having to get it done to standard and in the time frame that they've been given to me.
Ooh. What would you do differently if you could start your apprenticeship from the beginning all over again?
I really am not sure. Like I've enjoyed everything. I think everything's gone quite smoothly for me. So yeah, I don't think I would do anything different. I think I'd just do it the same. Yeah, I can't think of anything that I'd want to change.
That's a good answer.
No, I don't think I'd want to change anything either. Probably the way I created content, and I look back at it and probably don't like what I've created beforehand, but obviously it's all a learning curve. So I've only learned from their mistakes.
What has been the most important thing you've learned so far, to Millie?
I think, well, obviously I focus on the website, so all sort of like SEO is important because you can do as much as you can to a website to make it look nice, but people won't see it. So I think, and the analytics as well, like learning how to make a website sort of rank higher so people can see it, which would then lead to more business. I think that's the most important thing because I can take that into any sort of situation with websites and things like that.
I think the most important thing that I've taken in is probably thinking about the audience in all situations. So the caption of the post, the content of the post, what our target audience is for that specific post and each campaign. Basically having their needs and putting them as a priority first when creating campaigns to try and get that engagement.
And what skills would you still like to work on?
I think for me, like coding, I really enjoy doing the website, but it's very visual at the moment. I'd love to get more in depth with sort of that kind of technology, and also just I think with things like time pressured situations, like Martin sent me a task yesterday that needs to be done sooner than later. I think I kind of panic a bit, but I think I just need to stay focused and try and get the job done in the time frame.
So the skills that I probably want to focus more on is the content that I'm putting out and how to make that more visually pleasing to our audience to gain that and get engagement, as well as when creating email shots to our audience to try and get the traction that we need to obviously get people on board to do apprenticeships or courses. It's more about the copywriting side of things, so learning how to use like a tone of voice in a campaign, as well as the visual side of things for the posts.
And finally, what piece of advice would you give to someone starting an apprenticeship?
I think you just need to go in with an open mind. Like you're going to experience so many different things that you don't expect, and you just need to I don't know, take everything on. I think that's like challenging you.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'd say that everything's kind of like a learning curve. And then when you go in, you're not sticking to one specific subject. You'll kind of get to know every aspect of the business, and working as a team, getting to know, obviously I know how Millie's side of things works, and Millie will then get to know how my side of things work, but we don't necessarily do each other's role. But it's important to know what each other do to be able to work effectively as a team.
Am I allowed to ask a bonus question?
Yeah.
If you were a product in a supermarket, what would you be and why?
I would be party rings because
I love party rings.
because they taste so nice, but they're also colourful and just fabulous.
That is a brilliant answer.
That is a good question. I feel like, I don't know, maybe a bean.
A bean?
Yeah, like you're in a can with like loads of people, like you're constantly. I feel like I like company, so obviously if I'm in a can with loads of other beans, I'm not on my own.
That's brilliant.
That was just put on the spot there. I don't really know.
I love that. Oh, you've got to start with that. That's brilliant.